Hey everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. It's crazy. It's already been a year since the last snowswatch. If you're new to this, welcome to Death Must Die. This is like one of my favorite bullet heavens, if not my favorite. And it seems like it's going to be a thing where every Christmas we get a Christmas gift from the devs. So that's awesome. And this year we've got spoilers. I normally don't have face cam on, but I changed my setup and I kind of like the way it looks. So yeah, you're gonna hear me yap while you see me yap while I'm talking this. I'm not gonna do a run in this video. I'm just gonna go over the items that we're getting, some hints at future content within those items, and potential builds that you can maybe use with them. So let's go ahead and take a look. First of all, if you go up here to the top, oh, he's gone because I already used him. Well, Santa's here, basically. You go Santa. And then if you go down here to the snowswatch tree, there'll be a bunch of presents. Make sure you click on all of them. They should be up till at least a little bit after New Year's, but I highly recommend getting them. In addition to that, if you missed last year's, this should have all of those items available for you to grab as well. So let's take a look at them. If I hit the right key. So these are all under unique Immortal rating, or rarity or whatever. Basically they're unique items, and Immortal is just like they're a special category, right? They're like some type of special drop. They're not ever going to drop in the game. That's just the way the devs have decided to categorize them. So you should get all of these, plus if you hadn't gotten the ones from last Christmas, holiday season, what have you, you should get about 5 more. Now as far as the individual items themselves, I don't think there's anything super powerful. I am gonna try and like get degenerate with some of them, but we'll cross that bridge in a future video. But first thing I want to talk about is, well, 2 specific items, and that is not that one. It is this one and this one. Now you might notice they're just like 2 items, whatever, right? It's not even very good. 4 to all dice. I mean, it's good for a tier 1 item, but that's fine. Then it says your forms last longer, so you might think, wait, ball lightning form lasts longer, enrage on Kront lasts longer. Cool. But then you look at the bottom, it says Druid only. That's awesome. There's no Druid in the game yet. So our Act 3 character class reveal is basically that it's going to be a Druid. More surprisingly and interesting to me, it is going to be a shape-shifting Druid, because this says your forms last longer. And to go with that, if you look over to the left, to the right here, we get this other item, which is actually insane, by the way. This seems crazy. This might be the best item out of all the things they're giving us. Whenever you enter a form, your next attack deals more damage and is guaranteed crit. So you get a 100% crit chance, which is a 3x multiplier. It does 100% extra damage, and the amulet itself is 75% damage, which is already pretty decent by itself. So this item is crazy. It's Druid only, so it'll depend on that character, and it'll depend how forms work entirely. I am speculating here. There's been no confirmation. I haven't talked to devs about this. I am speculating that forms are going to have something to do with talent tree and trigger off of other events happening. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be something where every class gets forms. I may be wrong. There may be a new god that just grants, you know, tree form and elemental form and all that stuff. Whatever, you know, that might happen. We'll see what happens in... hopefully within the next month or so. I would imagine that, given how long it's been. But that's the most interesting thing out of all these items, is the fact that Druid is confirmed our next class. Unless they're like doing some next level troll on us, which is possible. It'd be really funny if Druid wasn't the next class and we just got to sit on these till like the class after. But let's hope that's not the case. Druid sounds sick. Maybe if Druid has a spear as well. Baldur's Gate 2 themed? Chihera, she starts with a spear, I believe. Let's look at the other items real quick. So first off, we have the snowswatch snowman. This is for Sorceress. It is a relic that gives 0.5 life regen. That's decent. 22.5 duration. It's okay. And a special effect that whenever you get hit, you become frozen and you gain essentially infinite armor for 6.5 seconds. But it has a 6-second cooldown. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is not good. Because, first of all, it's a relic slot and you're giving up your dice. That's number one. And that's a big problem. I was just checking to make sure my mic wasn't muted. That would have been devastating. The other thing is it's going to depend on if you can lower the cooldown. Also, if you are frozen, you can't act. And if you're not acting, that could be bad. However, auto-cast spells should go off while you're frozen. So depending on how this works with plus duration minus cooldown, maybe there's a world where we actually get enough duration and enough cooldown to get this to have like super high uptime. It does give you extra life regeneration, so getting hit once isn't the end of the world. And you just like have like this AFK snowman build where you're just like raining non-auto attack stuff down on people. Like spells are already what Maris wants to do normally anyway. I don't know. It's pretty neat. There's some stuff to it. We'll have to see. Depends on the item scaling, obviously. Next up, we have Snowswatch Gingerbread Man. Eat it is the little note at the bottom. 1.2 life regen is a lot. It is also a relic. That's a problem. And you have a 30% chance resisting negative status effect. Currently, I would say this is like completely unusable, but depending on what Act 3 has, potentially at the start, you may want to resist status effects. If, assuming we're going to a forest type setting, there might be some roots and that might be bad. I can't see this ever being good though. Realistically, unless you could stack this effect. If maybe you could stack this effect with other similar effects to just be completely immune to status effects. Potentially, I don't know. I think this one's kind of a wash. The Snowswatch costume is next. This is for Barbarian. This is one of the most interesting ones, and I will be doing a video with this. Baseline, not very good. 2 armor, 50 HP, 24 expert offers. You're giving up a ton for Barbarian is Kront. You're giving up a ton of potential stats for his character. However, whenever you travel a certain distance, it doesn't say like dash, it's just traverse, however you want to get there, you have a chance to trigger a random cast you have. The chance is on certain skills is diminished. What that means is that longer skills like Inferno, Day of Judgment, Big AoE, the instant death spell from Mort, I forget the name of every time, have less chance. But it gives you a baseline is an 8% chance, and distance move is 100. So there's a world where move speed cast Kront is a build, and it sounds sick. There will be a video on this channel in the near future of me attempting to make this work. Just letting you guys know. This sounds amazing. It's really cool. Next up, we have the Snowswatch Snowflake with the little text of the slightest resistance causes it to melt down, which is hilarious. This one's also interesting. I don't love it, just looking at it because of no stats. But at the same time, and I also don't like things that want you to get hit for them to be good. But it does say whenever you get hit, trigger a random strike you have 9 times. The number of times for certain skills is diminished. Now, depending on which certain skills that means, that could affect it. Because my immediate thought is Earth Spike. And if you get hit and you spam 9 Earth Spikes, that's crazy. Especially if you can reduce the cooldown on this. Again, though, if you can't reduce the cooldown, getting an every minute trigger a random strike 9 times, you're probably giving up 100% damage bare minimum in that slot to whatever skill you're after. I don't think that's going to be good, but it is interesting. So that's fun. And I think that kind of like meets the, like, that's the whole thing for these Christmas items, is that they're interesting. They're not necessarily the best in every aspect, but you can do some fun things. I guess we're just going this order since I totally took them out of order. This one for Scotty is also pretty neat. There's already a build that wants to move fast. 18% chance to recharge a dash charge when you dash. If, again, it's another thing where if we can increase, if luck affects this, we can do some crazy things like we did with Cool Off and the Act 1 patch before talent trees and all were added, where you just like infinite move speed. Nixie was the thing. This is potentially insane. It might also be completely worthless. This is going to require some testing, but it's neat. It is also a toy for children. After that, we have snowswatch mittens for Averon. And this one has me brainstorming some like infinite life builds, right? So the downside is it only has 1 armor and it has bad pull area for gloves. Also, it's taking the spot of a 5 master offer, the gauntlet, which is really good. On the other hand, whenever you lose life, your life regeneration is increased for a limited duration. Now, this goes back to what I was saying about all these other things. Now, I know that life regen can be increased by plus HP regen stat. So that's already something you can mess with. But if you can have this up permanently, this could be a big deal. More importantly, if it can overlap with itself, there's some BS you can do to have a lot of regen. This might be the like replacement for equilibrium that we wanted so badly. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I'm going to try and figure it out. By the time this video goes out, the Discord might have already said, nah, you can't. The cooldown duration doesn't work. I don't know, but we're going to try it. Anyway. But yeah, I'm excited about this one too. Next, we have I Am the Star. So it must be for Lorien, because that's what he do. It's kind of interesting too. Whenever you kill an enemy, gain increased attack damage until your next attack. So for baseline, it seems pretty good. Like enemies, so you kill an enemy, and then you get 200% attack or 600% attack damage, which is crazy. But it also says your attack speed's reduced by 200%. So I'm guessing for that attack it is. It lasts for 3 seconds, so you're only getting 1 attack off this, but this will be up. They also have a 9-second cooldown, so that's also kind of weird. The only way I could see this being good is you have a lot of bounce on your bow, maybe? The other thing is whistling arrow scales off your attack damage, so maybe there's some type of crazy world where you cash this in and you're getting a huge amount of attack damage for your arrow. I don't know. It doesn't say like you'd have to kill the enemy either, so you could be like a no attack whistling arrow build if you could get the cooldown and duration up. But it seems like there is a lot of these things, like if you can get the cooldown up and get the cooldown down and the duration up to where it's like always active, I feel like you just throw this on you throw this on your whistling arrow build, and it's kind of insane. Also, as a jewel slot, which is a lot less valuable than a lot of these other things like amulet, relic. Hands is more of a like hands isn't that great of a slot normally, but it's really good in the heavy armor characters. A torso is a big slot. But yeah, that one's it. So, I mean, that's all the items we have here. Make sure you go pick them up. I'm really excited to see what Druid looks like. I love shape-shifting characters. Like, they're really cool. Except to see what the whole tree looks like. And the fact that they're giving us the spoiler that Druid is the next character means that it's probably coming sooner than later. And I imagine the reason it's taking longer than we expected it to come out, the Act 3 patch, is because they didn't think how long it was going to take to make the shape-shifting stuff. Let's be honest, that's what it is. I'm like sure of it. They underestimated how how much time it was going to take to animate all that stuff. But anyways, it's got me super excited. Expect some more Death Must Die content from me in the very near future. I definitely want to mess with these. I'm having a great time. If you want to see more of my face on these videos, let me know in the comments. If you don't, that's fine too. I don't really care. I just like my new little setup I got and a nicer new camera. So, you know, Christmas gift from the wife. So thank you to Leslie. Anyways, I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Have a great day. Jeff out. Happy holidays.